Ladies and gents, we got one of these. Hear that sizzle? It's a spicy story. Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut for Not Driving My Daughter and Getting Mad She Was Late? My daughter, 17, has played an elite competitive sport all through high school. She plays on the school team during the school season and on a club team the rest of the time. She plays year-round and has done so since she was 14. Her mom and I are divorced, and she spends 1 week with me and 1 with her mom, switching on Sundays. Her sport takes up whole weekends and the majority of the year, so she ends up playing Friday through Sunday and Monday if it's a holiday weekend, which means I miss a lot of time with her because she's playing her sport on a day that should be mine. Her mom pays for the sport 100%, and I allow her to play. This was the agreement that we had. Don't really like the wording of that. The program costs $6,500 a year plus travel. My ex-wife says she's probably spent about $12,000 on just the travel this year. Probably not. I think she just said that to see if I would help pay for it, which I didn't. She and or her mom do all the transportation to games and tournaments. I don't go because that's not how I prefer to spend my weekends.
Wow.
This is getting better and better.
Wow.
It's getting better and better. It's like, okay, not only do I not contribute to this thing that she really cares about at all, I also don't go. I don't go watch any of it because that's not how I want to spend my time. So now the story. The last tournament of the year was this past weekend from Saturday to Monday, since Monday was a holiday. Last week was my daughter's week with her mom, which means she should have transitioned to me on Sunday, but they were out of town for the tournament. They were in the same area as we live in, about 30 miles away, but since the tournament was held downtown in a major U.S. city on a holiday weekend, my ex-wife opted to stay in a hotel rather than drive up and down every day. On Friday, my ex-wife texted me to ask if I wanted to pick up my daughter at the hotel on Sunday, since it was my day, and then bring her to the tournament on Monday, also my holiday this year. I said I didn't want to do that, and that my daughter could just drive to my house after they got home from the tournament. My ex-wife said, okay. Well, on Monday, my wife was busy with her family, so I decided to drive up and watch my daughter play. Throwing a red flag there. Wait, okay, so since your wife was busy, then you could go watch your daughter play? Huh. My ex-wife asked if I was going to take our daughter home since it was my day. She said I could take her to the house and then my daughter could grab her car and come over. I said no, my daughter could just come over after she got home, and I left.
What the
Well, my daughter didn't come over for 2 hours. I texted my daughter, but she didn't respond, so I texted my ex-wife and demanded to know why my daughter hadn't come home yet. My ex-wife responded that she was probably napping and would be there soon. I told her that I expected my daughter there in the next 5 minutes because that's how long it takes to drive between houses. She finally got there about 15 minutes later. I again texted my ex that this was unacceptable. My ex-wife said that she offered me the chance to drive my daughter and I refused, so she asked why I was being such an ass then. I told her it was because she made our daughter late and cut into my time. That was the last I heard from my ex yesterday. So I guess I'm wondering if she is right and I am an ass?
100%
Okay,
ass.
hold on. Hold the phone for just a minute here. Because nothing, OP, that you say in your contextual tone here, none of the words that you have delivered to us in this account of your story have given me the indication that you are seriously wondering if you are an ass at all. Not until you say that was the last I heard from my ex yesterday. So wait, somebody gave you the silent treatment and that finally got you thinking, wonder if I'm a dick. I can't imagine why this marriage didn't work out. Also, your daughter's 17 right now. As soon as the legal structure of her like having to come see you, which it could change right now because I'm gonna go out on a limb here, a skinny limb, and say that she probably doesn't enjoy spending time with you because you only enjoy the things that you enjoy and you don't give a shit about anyone or anything else. That's very, very, very clear here. And like, okay, first of all, you wanted your daughter to come home after this tournament. You wanted your daughter to drive over, but then blamed your ex-wife for making her late when your ex-wife explained that she was probably taking a nap and would be over soon. But that was somehow your ex-wife's fault? Like how the f does any of this make sense, man? How? Well, finally somebody gives you the silent treatment and you're like, oh, I must be an asshole. Everything you do and have said here is assholish. What say you, Tater Rooney?
This guy.
FTG!
This guy. This is not being a parent. This is just trying to make people miserable. Like, what are you doing here? Why would he not drive his daughter back from the tournament? He said he just left. He just left her there. He went to watch her play and didn't take her home. And then blamed other people for her not coming over whenever he expected her there.
I don't want to do that. You could just drive her to the house and her car and come over. I don't want to do that.
This is not parenting. This is not showing up for your kid. This is just making excuses and making everyone else a villain when you're the actual villain in this story. You're the asshole. Like, What are you doing? Why are you even getting your daughter? Why do you even want to spend time with her if you're not interested in the things that she enjoys, the things that she loves? Why you're not showing up for her? I get it. You don't have to be there every weekend. You don't have to go to every single tournament, but the one that's in your city, you don't even want to show up for?
Yeah.
And what
here,
kind
listen
of
to
shit
this.
is this?
Listen to that. You'll love this. Dr. Sweets dropped the 10 bomb on the YouTube side and said, all I heard from this rant is that he does not believe that his daughter has that many games she claims to have. I almost felt like he went to the game to make sure she was really competing.
Yeah, we didn't even get into that part. He also claims that they don't spend. Do you know how much money it costs to be on a travel team? Because it is not cheap.
We don't do it. And
no.
If our kids wanted to do it, we would do it begrudgingly. But
that's a lot of time investment. That's a lot of money. And you know what? If your child is good and this is something they want to pursue in college and get a scholarship and like go all out on the sport that they enjoy, let them do it, because sports have a time limit. They expire. Yeah. Like, you cannot do this for the rest of your life. You can turn into a coach, but the time that you get to play in school, in high school, and in college, that is very limited. It's a very small amount of time. So support your kid while they're doing what they're doing.
And I think it's important point there, like supporting your kid who actually has a passion for and wanting to do this. It's not like this is not a kid whose parents are forcing her to do the double duty competitive and school teams because they're trying to push her into scholarship land so that they don't have to pay for college. That is not the structure here. She has a passion for this. She wants to do this. Dad doesn't support it at all. He can only see his own selfish wants and needs. Well, look, dude, once you become a parent, life is no longer about just doing what you want to do, right? There are responsibilities and accountability that make it necessary to actually take part there. Also, I think you're really missing the mark here by not wanting to spend time with her, by not wanting to have the extra time of that drive to talk about the game, to not want to be at the game, to support something that she really has a passion for, because it's not something that you individually want to do.
That's a nail on the head. Absolutely. That time that you get in the car, like, we don't have that time anymore. With Ava, like, she just started driving, and like, I miss those car chats. I miss that time that I had with her, and it's so limited. And if you get that with your teenager and they want to speak to you, they want to talk to you, they want to include you in your life, take it, because it gets so like few and far in between the older that they get. And you just gave that up for what? Yeah. For your own selfish pride? Because you didn't do it for your daughter. You sure as hell didn't do it to help out the mom. You literally did it to be a selfish prick. Straight to ASCON 1 and then slide over on into the black hole. Spike.
ASCON 1, slide over to the back hole. Yeah. Black hole. So you're going to go to ASCON 1. Yeah. And then apparently you're going to travel along the Fleshy Fun Bridge and then find your way into the black hole. Let's go ahead and sit you there.
I said black hole.
What'd I do? I did say back hole on accident. Back hole.
I was just like
black hole.
I was thinking of like a car slide on the hood, but it's like an ASCON 1. You just slide across it and fall into the black hole.
Huh.